Yeah, if you missed Monday, November 18th edition of the Arise TV's produced The Good Morning Show, man, you must have missed a bit. I tell you, a section of that program focused on the trending issue of Daniel Bwala's, appointment and almost immediate demotion, or humiliation, or whatever you want to call it. You understand? So, but I like to take you back a bit, and so that let's see what the crew of the Good Morning Show made of this scenario. Let's see. Daniel Bwala has been trending for whether the good or the wrong reasons. I don't know. Depends on your opinion. So let's see. Let me take you back.
Let's begin what's trending, with reactions trailing the announcement made by the special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, who stated in a post on X on Monday that the president has redesignated the position of Sunday Dare from Special Advisor on Public Communication and National Orientation to the Special Advisor on Media and Public Communications. Onanuga also stated that Daniel Bwala, who was announced last week as a Special Advisor on Media and Public Communication, will now function as a Special Advisor on Policy Communication, adding that the appointments, along with his existing role as Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, underscore that there is no single individual spokesperson for the president. Well, all right, but however, Daniel Bwala announced himself as presidential spokesman in a tweet on Monday, and I'll read the tweet he wrote on X. I resumed officially as a Special Advisor, Media and Public Communications spokesperson, State House. I am happy to have joined a meeting of the robust and fantastic communication team of Mr. President. I love the existing unity among the team and hope we can leverage on that even for more synergy. Daniel Bwala further wrote in another tweet, and I'll read that tweet. He wrote, "Today, I equally had a brief chat with the press corps in the State House where I encouraged everyone to work in synergy without fear or favor. As a spokesperson to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, I promise to work with every member of the team to advance the cause of our principal, Mr. President." And this is his address, and he actually said that he replaced Ajuri Ngilali's role. Let's take a listen to Daniel Bwala.
I am not here to define the responsibility of anybody other than myself, because it will amount to gaslighting anybody. I only came to introduce myself to you and the role that is given to me by Mr. President. And I told you that role was once occupied by Ajuri Ngilali. So whatever understanding you have of the role that he occupied before, that is what it goes. In law, they call it res ipsa loquito.
For social media users are saying, he don't gas. He don't gas, cast. He don't cast. He don't cast. He don't cast. He don't cast. But seriously, I mean, what is actually going on with the media team at the moment? I mean, it is unbelievable. You said you call yourself the grandfather, right? Is it the grandfather?
This one is
an ancestor.
His picture is there. His picture is there.
Before I come to you, Dr. Basi, but Daniel Bwala, he's been trending heavily on social media because they call him this double-sided mouth guy, right? Let's just play this old video pulled up by social media users, a compilation of Daniel Bwala when he criticized the Tinubu administration. Let's take a look.
But let me tell you what they are selling to the Nigerian people, what they call renewed hopelessness. In their renewed hopelessness, what is their economic model?
You call it renewed hopelessness, but they call it renewed hope.
But let me tell you why it is hopeless. This current government is the government of APC. They don't even know. Their entire manifesto is a campaign against the government. And a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. The point I'm trying to make is that the media machine of the president is projecting itself as awful and even worse than the previous administration. Because in the previous administration, they will give the information as it were, but they are not forceful in making the argument. In this one, they are forceful in the communication of misinformation, forceful in their misleading of the Nigerian people. And you often hear them say, we try as much as possible to be honest with Nigeria. Mark what I'm saying, and I'll be happy to come back to your studio. In the next 1 year, you will see nothing from Dubai as per investment. You will see nothing from India as per investment, because they are just photo ops and statements. There are no specificity, there are no deliverables, and there are no timelines.
Well, all right, Daniel Bwala, I believe we're inviting you. I hope you'll be here tomorrow to answer some questions. But, also another video that was trending where he, made a U-turn to say that he's never had any qualms with the APC government. Let's take a look at that video.
I have never been ashamed of APC. I've never had a problem with APC. I've never had a problem even with the president in the first place. You see, it was so fast the time I left APC and I went to PDP. It was so fast that there was no time for me to tender my resignation in APC.
Yeah.
And when I went into PDP, we really went into campaign. And there was no time for me to register as a member of PDP. So technically, I've never left APC.
Dr. Mati, please help us unpack this foul.
Well, first, from the point of view of strategy,
yes.
Let's talk about strategy first. Again, President Bola Tinubu has shown himself to be master of the game. All the people who were calling him a drug dealer, who were saying that, the Americans were looking for him, who were saying that he didn't have this qualification or not, they have all found their way back to the same President Tinubu to bootleg and to play transactional politics in exchange for something. Daniel Bwala is the one that we have seen today. There are other critics of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu who would at some point or the other also get into the fold. So that's the nature of transactional politics. At this moment, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the owner of the game, with all these people going to bootleg. You don't remember Bwala with the Kokorotinjefo, Inuefo lower. Now, this Kokorotinjefo is now eating the vegetable, but he has to be careful. One, what President Tinubu has done is to create a multi-spokesperson strategy, an iron dome kind of machinery for public communication. Well, how too many cooks will not spoil the broth, because you have too many people who will be talking from this angle, talking from that angle. They could spoil the broth. If specific leadership is not properly defined, you can't have 3 persons speaking for the presidency. There must be a leader, because there are specific assignments that lead man will have to sign off on, not everybody talking across purposes. That's what the presidency tried to address yesterday. I think they have just realized the kind of problem they have created. Now, Daniel Bwala was on television yesterday saying, I've taken over Ajuri in Gelala's office. That office is only available for the leader of the team. And he was saying, I'm the spokesperson and all of that, and that we are all servants of President Tinubu. Daniel Bwala, who used to criticize Tinubu, is now describing himself as a servant. This is the thing about transactional politics that we don't understand. I don't think there's anybody on earth that will call me, Ruben Abati, his servant. But some people are very comfortable with that title. They will say they are servants and they are happy to be servants. But he has just been reminded in the statement issued before he left that TV studio by Mr. Bayo Ononuga that, okay, we have 3 persons who will speak.
Right.
And we were told that he will now be in charge of policy communication, which is just the lower end. He can go to the public and talk about politics. But Mr. Ononuga signing the statement shows that he's the leader of the team. Sunday Dari, whose name was also mentioned, used to be Mr. Ononuga's staff. So, but I think that in days to come, we will get clarity, and President Tinubu himself must avoid confusion, because infighting within the communication process can confuse the public, and we don't need too many cooks that can spoil the broth. Daniel Bwala is my good friend. My advice to him is that he says he's been working on a PhD program in the United Kingdom. Let him not get carried away with this Kokorotinjefo. Let him pay more attention to his PhD program, because he may just find that he's in the midst of a Yoruba Lokan synthesis.
Emi Lokan.
You know, Yoruba Lokan.
I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
Okay.
Rufi.
I have a quotable quote
Go ahead.
to read to you, all of you. Human brain is unique and miraculous.
This is from...
Wait,
just
now
a
let me
quote,
finish.
okay.
Cool down, Farabale.
Go ahead.
Human brain is unique and miraculous. It works and functions optically 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, until you join the APC. Then it stops working. Quotable quote by, can you tell me who
I
quoted
can't
it?
even imagine.
Daniel Bwala.
Well, all right.
You see, so one thing is certain.
Never, ever forget.
I'm beginning to hear many discordant tunes. And I'll posit two things. And Dr. Abati, yes, you've put that clarity on it. Two discordant tunes. Number one, the question is, the message that was released by Mr. Ononuga, was it ratified by the president yesterday? What was the president's schedule like yesterday? How do we now know these positions? Because, you know, it was after people started calling Fela Durotoye out that he even came out to say that he had left that position since March 2024, that he worked for free while he was there. So you have 13 people there. One thing I'll tell Daniel Bwala is there's no how you're going to be cannibalized. 13 boys, 13 people from newspaper, or like the media paper boys, and you are in their midst. And when you look at it, you still have the likes of Temitope Ajayi from the newspaper, Oga Rahman from the newspaper there, Sunday Diary, Bayo Ononuga, and the list goes on. Maybe probably Ortega is the only person from the private media. But I'm sure Ortega is more vast and experienced because in the 1 year he's seen, and he is focusing on video now or something, on digital content. So he needs to be careful. Liz is being cannibalized.
All right.
As I wrap up my point, what I'll also say is this. Dr. Abati, you are correct about the confusion.